Merhaba arkadaşlar, ben Ejder Dede. Game of Thrones'un 1. bölümünde Buzdan Demire kaldığımız yerden devam ediyoruz. Sırada Mira'yı kontrol ediyoruz. Bakalım başka neler olacak. Evet. Odada gezdik dolaştık. Arayacak bakacak bir şey kaldı mı? Anneden mektup varmış. Okuyalım bakalım neymiş.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Pekala, kapı çalıyor. Ondan önce şu kitaba da bakalım diyeceğim ama artık bakamıyoruz galiba. Açalım bakalım.
One moment.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you.
Pekala.
I can come back later if you'd like.
Gönder. İçeri girmesiniz.
No, it's fine. Come in.
Begging your pardon, milady, but you all right? If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm just worried about my family.
Ah, letter from home, is it?
It's kind of you to ask.
Of course, milady. You've always been kind to me.
Çocuk emekçi.
Please hurry if you can. Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, milady. You work for Lady Marjorie? I may be wrong, but it seems like you do.
It's widely known that I work for Lady Marjorie.
I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends. I saw Lady Marjorie just this morning, outside the Royal Sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but it was definitely an argument.
What did they say?
I couldn't make out much, but I know they were talking about the Starks and House Forrester.
House Forrester?
Forrester ailesi. Dur bakalım.
I hope you're not in any kind of trouble, but I thought you ought to know. Most people don't tend to notice a callboy. Not in King's Landing with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there. Good night, milady.
Sağ olasın.
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss. From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining. And your poor family as well.
I need your help, my
Yardımınıza
lady.
ihtiyacım var lady.
Of course, and I will help you in any way I can. But there's another matter we must attend to first. You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor.
Pekala. Aynen.
She was very pleased with herself. Her face was full of mirth as she said it.
How did you respond?
I told her you are one of my most trusted handmaidens, that you can hardly be blamed for the actions of your father and brother. Nonetheless, She demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort. For what, I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important.
Özür dileyecek bir şey
I
yok.
cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near.
Ne diyeceğimi şaşırdım valla.
Find a way to appease her. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
Duymak istediği şeyler mi?
See if the Queen
Cersei'yi.
Regent is
Cersei'yi
ready to
ister.
receive us.
Ya da Cersei Breton mu diyelim.
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Cersei'ye karşı yalakalık yapmam lazım ha?
Good luck.
Nasıl ya? O kadının suratına mı karşı mı konuşacaksın şimdi?
You can do this.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Ne haber ufaklık?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Dik dur.
I will speak truly, Your Grace.
I should hope so. Speak falsely, and it'll be worse for you.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Krala sadık mı?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
Tek ve gerçek.
He's not here, is he? She is.
Yes, Your Grace. To the one true king.
Gerçek krala.
The one true king. Yet she didn't say
İşte budur cevap diye
the
bana
girl
diyor.
was clever.
Kız akıllı.
She only
I
meant...
don't care what she meant. I care what she said. I won't stand for impertinence from a girl of the North.
If you would give her the chance to explain...
Perhaps she can explain why the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark for centuries. A house of traitors.
Katılıyorum majisteri. Onlar için onlar hain değiller.
They were the wardens of the North. We all served at the pleasure of the king.
Clever girl.
Sana o şey
Perhaps too
yapacağım lan.
clever for her own good. And she would have us believe she didn't know which king she served. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Kesinlikle yeni koruyucu.
Roose Bolton also served the Starks, Your Grace.
Majesteri. Stark.
And proved his loyalty to the crown
Yeah.
by bringing their house to a swift and sudden end.
Onlar da Stark'lara hizmet ediyor.
Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies.
Ya ne oldu
I'm
birdenbire
told there
sensin.
are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forrester Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Çok fazla kişi ayrımcılığımızı
Our
arz
talent is
eder.
unrivaled, Your Grace. Forrester Ironwood is highly sought after in the Seven Kingdoms.
Ya
So I'm told.
para
And
para.
exceeded only by your lack of humility.
Ulan
It
sana
would
o
be
şey
a shame
yapıyor
to
ya.
see it fall into the hands of another house. I
Ah.
imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you?
Allah.
Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay
Bazı
claim
yemekler
towards
vardı.
yours.
Yes, Your Grace. I would do anything.
Her şeyi yap.
I see.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
Pekala ne istiyorsun ki?
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
O sadece kaybediyor. Onu yargılamayacak.
I won't judge her, Your Grace. I wasn't there. I didn't face her decisions.
Yani.
Aren't you a delightful girl? If only one could flit through life without ever holding an opinion of their own.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she
Let the
would...
girl answer the question. Go on.
Karşı dürüst o.
My loyalties would never conflict, Your Grace.
That's a coward's answer. I will not have my time wasted by a northern girl who thinks she can play games. Who do you choose?
Kimi seçiyoruz? Kralım tabii ki de. Lady Margaery'e yeminliyim.
I must choose Marjorie, Your Grace.
Clearly your handmaiden does not have her priorities straight.
Kusura bakma. Eğer bir
She
yemin...
is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
En tehlikeli hizmetçi.
She's headstrong, isn't she? Not surprising, I suppose, for a northern girl. But not very encouraging either.
Ne diyorsun ya?
I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
I'll walk you out. This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss.
Boltonlar onurlu değil.
These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
Forgive me for saying it, but the Boltons have no honor.
Roose Bolton has many unique qualities. Honor is not one of them. You were brave to declare your loyalty to Lady Marjorie. No doubt she was pleased, but Cersei...
Cersei
She
canı
will not
cehenneme.
soon forget what you said. It was quite the first impression.
Cersei'yi memnun etmek için
I, of
yapmadım.
course, found it all highly entertaining.
Bunun
But
Lady
it
Margaery.
certainly wasn't what Cersei was expecting.
I don't particularly like her.
Onu pek sevmiyorum.
That was fairly apparent to everyone. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The Crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the Crown in this regard, not her.
Pekala.
I suppose the Crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that? It may be far too dangerous. In fact, forget I even suggested such a thing.
I'm sorry, Lord Tyrion, but it's a risk I cannot afford.
I admire your discretion.
Yani riske girmeyi istemem.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I
nedir
promised
anlaşma?
Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
Thank you for the advice, Lord Tyrion.
Tavsiyeler için sağ ol.
Just be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Belli. Belli yani.
Mira, I was worried. How was it? Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing. It's more than a little intimidating.
It went well.
Really? That's relief. Cersei is known for being rather difficult. Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jaime. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah?
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour, which I doubt is Dornish for wife.
Put it back.
We're just having a bit of fun. That's probably for the best. I've heard he's a bit perverse. Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like.
Krallama.
Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen? He does have a certain look about him. And he's always treated Lady Marjorie well. Which is more than you can say for his mother.
I'd be willing to marry, but not Joffrey.
Joffrey'le değil.
Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the 7 Kingdoms. I might even allow you to be my handmaiden. Let's see, who else should we
Zenginin
marry
malı
off?
zürdün çilesini yorar.
Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match. Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing? Well? Sarah?
I tried to move them back, my lady.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was rather disappointed by your display.
Ya yapacak bir şey yok yani.
I'm just glad it's over. King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
Sadece ne söylediğiniz önemli. Yemin etmek zordur.
People are not always so easy to please. If you showed Cersei your true heart, she would stab it with a fork.
You learn very quickly. Your words to Cersei were brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important.
Önemli. Ona yardım için sor. Soralım bakalım ne diyecek.
I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
It's about my family.
I trust her. Go on.
Ailenizi yardımınıza istiyor.
Ask.
Forgive me, my lady. I wouldn't otherwise ask this of you, but my mother insisted. It's about my family.
Ramsay Snow. What would you have me do?
My mother fears our family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. She thought, if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown. I know it's a lot to ask of you, and I wouldn't otherwise, but she insisted.
That is no small request. especially now.
I know, my lady, and I wouldn't ask this of you otherwise. But my mother has left me no choice. She insisted.
Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks. And now you would have me ask him to intervene? Is the situation that dire?
You can't, my lady. King Joffrey won't like it. Just think how he turned on Lady Sansa.
It is that dire, my lady. I fear for my family's safety.
Bayağı kötü durum.
I don't know, Mira. If Cersei were to find out...
Tek yol bu. Cersei'yi korkutma.
You're the only one who can help me. You have power over him, Lady Marjorie, as no one else does. Not even his mother.
Annesi mi?
Ramsay Snow will arrive at Ironrath within the week. I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
Pekala.
Very well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady. I will send a raven to my family at once.
Sen niye hemen atlıyorsun şey yapıyorsun ya? Yok olmazsa yapma etme gibisinden. Evet. Kral yolu. Wolfswood. Yine bir yerler çıkıyor. Sakin ol lan. Hawk gitti.
Seven Hells.
Yine cehennem.
Let's play a little game, shall we?
Eyvah eyvah.
Did you know my ancestors wore the skins of their enemies as a coat? Not my best work, unfortunately. I suppose I have fallen out of practice.
Pekala.
But he didn't make it easy. What with all that bloody noise?
Like a drowning cat.
Eyvah eyvah.
I thought he'd never stop.
As my father likes to say, a naked man holds few secrets. But the flayed man holds none.
Pity he didn't know your father is the warden of the
Bildiğin
North.
şey yani.
He does now.
Psikopat ya.
How much further is it to these foresters?
A day, my lord. Two at most.
Eyvah,
What was that?
eyvah.
My lord?
Shh! Listen. There. Hear that? I know I heard something.
Sessiz ol.
Never mind. We've wasted enough time already.
Aynen. Böyle olması lazım. Koşsaydık sıkıntı olacaktı yani. Tehlikeyi atlattık galiba. Adamların bayraklarına bak. Ters asılmış adam.
Bloody hell.
Bildiğin gerçekten de yani ön tarafının yok adamın yani bildiğin soymuş. Soğan gibi çevirmiş.
Lord Ethan, as I was saying, you are young. and there are those within these walls who are uncertain of your leadership. But 300 generations of Forester lords stand behind you. Lord Gerhard the Tall, who founded our house, and your grandfather, Lord Thorin the Bold, who seized back the river valley from the White Hills.
What did they call my father?
Lord Gregor the Good. He was fair and wise, and courageous in battle.
I want to be like that, like my father.
Your father was well regarded by nearly everyone, but took years, if not decades, to earn. These were your father's people to lead and protect, and now they're yours. But your father did not bear this responsibility alone. He and every Forester Lord before him chose one man whom they trusted above all others, the Lord Sentinel.
Lord Muhafızı.
Forester traditions demand that a new Lord Sentinel must be chosen.
Lord Muhafızı.
Keep walking, you craven son of a whore. Move! Summon the Lord! We need his judgment.
I've done nothing wrong! I was only trying to survive!
Lord Ethan. Maester.
Kim bu?
Who is this man?
This craven is a deserter and a thief.
This house is doomed! We all fucking know it!
Quiet, thief. Eric was supposed to be guarding our weapons, but instead we caught him stealing them.
Pekala.
2 shields and 3 spears.
Bizden çaldı mı?
You stole from us.
I feared for my life. Yes, my lord. I fled. We should all flee. It's not stealing if you're taking what's yours by right.
He speaks truth.
I've a family to feed, and not 2 coins to rub together since Lord Gregor left us to rot here. Where's our pay? Our share of bread and wine grows smaller every day.
Leave the poor man alone!
Mercy, go!
Lord Ethan, I know these words are hard, but they're honest. This house is falling. We'll never survive the coming winter.
Öyleyse suçu beraber hayatta kalacağız.
Most of us won't even live to see it.
Sakin ol.
Calm yourself.
The time for calm passed with the late Lord Forester. Now there's only chaos.
You'll address him as Lord. Lord Ethan, you must decide the punishment. Lord Gregor always took a thief's fingers. 3 of them.
Now may not be the time for harsh punishment. The men are on edge as it is.
Men need to know they cannot do whatever the fuck they please. Their lord will not permit it.
Pekala.
We can send him to the war.
Duvara gönderiyoruz.
He stole from us. Make him pay for what he's done. Give us justice.
Fuck it!
I will decide.
Send him to the wall. Take his fingers. He's a thief.
If you punish me, you'll be punishing an innocent man. It will be an injustice, my lord. Please.
Merhamet göster. Onu duvara yolla.
My family depends on me.
3 parmağını kes.
Ethan of House Forester, Lord of Ironwrath, name you a thief. The price for your crime is 3 of your fingers.
No, please, my lord! My lord, please! Please, no!
My lord, normally it is the Lord's duty to carry out the sentence. But I am willing to carry it out.
Yaparım,
I will carry
yaparım.
out the sentence.
Yaparım. Sıkıntı yok. Azıcık şey yapsınlar. Oynatma lan.
This is injustice, my lord!
Sen çalıyorsun. Yes. Sessizliğin cezası budur. Yapacak bir şey yok. Bazen
That was
saklamak.
certainly unpleasant, but a lord must meet our punishment when it's due. Not just yourself, of course.
Bu benim görevimdi.
It's a lord's duty, so I did it.
Ben de yaptım. Bu kadar basit.
You heard what the thief said. I expect this sort of thing will happen again. But a sentinel can help you in the face of disloyalty. You need someone you can trust by your side. Someone you can rely on, no matter the circumstance. Possessing wisdom.
Kimi
Who do
seçerdin?
you think I should choose?
There are two capable men for the role.
İki tane yetenekli adam var.
They both want the job, but neither thinks very highly of the other.
How do I decide between them?
Nasıl tercih
Talk
yaparım?
to them. Solicit the opinion of people close to you. Here, the bracer of the sentinel. The badge of office.
Vazife ruhsat.
Tonight is your first small council meeting. It would be wise to bestow this bracer upon your chosen sentinel then, to show that you are decisive and in control of this house.
Pekala.
Your sentinel will wear this for all to see.
I'll make the right choice as sentinel.
Doğru tercih yapacağız.
Come speak with me when you're ready to convene the small council, my lord.
Kimi seçeceğimize gelirsek. Evet arkadaşlar, bu videoyu da burada sonlandırıyoruz. Sonraki videoda koruyucu muhafızı, baş muhafızı seçeceğiz. Lütfen kanalımıza abone olmayı unutmayın arkadaşlar. Sonraki videolarda görüşmek üzere. Kendinize iyi bakın, hoşça kalın.